Welcome back to Alternative Reality Gaming. I'm your host Lenny, and if you're lucky, one of my furry co-hosts will join us today. Your stream will begin shortly. Enjoy. Alright, welcome back. We are going to be playing some Out of Ore. I am right now trying to make sure that I mute Kick, because for some reason the stream has been unmuting itself every time I start it, pretty much. Which is strange, but it's fixed easy enough. And then I'm going to continue on with what I was doing in the game, because I just started up the game, and if you've watched before, you know that anytime I start up, my conveyors don't turn on, so I have to go manually turn them on. Not exactly sure why. But that's also easy enough. I just have to follow the conveyor belts up and turn on each one of the belt drives, motors, whatever you want to call them. So we are nearing the top, I believe. It's been a while. Oh, maybe not. Jeez. I'm almost a quarter mile deep. So, we're getting there. It's just taking a little time. No motor under this one. I'm like racing some ore up. Each one of these little platforms, though, it's got to kick over sideways and go all the way across it and come back. And I am getting stuck right here. I just need to get under and turn that on. Alright, we are finally almost back up to the top. I gotta make the jump off the conveyor here now. You almost can't see the wheel loader. So, definitely making some good progress. It's kind of interesting the lights turn green all the way down at the end. It's got to be like an optical illusion or something, but like, it's weird that it does it. They're not actually green, is why I say that. Alright, so we are all the way back up and operating here. Looks like all of these are not operating at the moment. I don't think I have anything to even put in them. I don't know if I've ever really shown my setup. So it comes up the ramp here on the side, spits out right here, and continues on up and dumps into this hopper. And then this hopper lifts it up, puts it through the it's a coal separator, and then a Tremel, and the Tremel drops it out here. So these right here collect all my coal, which I have a shitload of it because I don't use it for anything. And then oh, I was wrong. That's the shaker. Dang it, I can't get up on the. I gotta change this camera. I can't get used to it. So the shaker drops out the coal. The trommel drops out any minerals from pay dirt like gold, silicone, rubies, stuff like that. Silicon, whatever. I don't know how you pronounce it, but yeah. And then you have the concrete maker. So that's all these jaw crushers and all that stuff. It just depends on how I set the machine up. So right now it is actually collecting bars of copper over here. Got copper, lithium, silver being collected there. And then you can actually see there's two layers of conveyors here. So the one conveyor spits it out that way, and the other conveyor spits it out this way. And this one makes some of the bars directly into steel beams. Ooh, and I do have some. So now pick these up. I might as well just sell those. I still have not figured out what to do with aluminum blooms. One day I will figure it out and I'll be upset that I've been selling them. But today is not that day. I do need to change the view. I changed it the other night and I'm just not into it. So general, and you have why do I not remember where it's at the menu? Because it would be view, but that's not under graphics. Oh, it is under graphics. Wow. Okay. So that would be first person. And I think I had it at like whoa, don't need 170. I think I had it at like 150. So let's try like 140 and we'll call it that. It's all a preference thing. It's not, because like the way I just had it was supposed to be the most realistic, but I kind of just like the way this feels better. Alright, so now all of those steel beams can come in here. I have 22 of these machines, so I am terrible at math. I'm gonna do my best here. Don't lie. So it looks like we got 43,730 like four or so. Um, so we're gonna round down to 40,000. And actually, you know what? I can probably do about 1,000 in each one because it takes two beams to make one window. And so that means that the 40,000 would then become 20,000 beams. Like if you think about it in the how trying to load up my machines. Um, in the last two machines would probably have like 800 windows instead of 999 like I normally do. So let's just do 999 and then you left click and right click and it starts making 999 of them. So I get this is kind of boring, but this game is still in early access and there are quite a few people I've noticed that come specifically for info, kinda. Like they're new to it, so they don't know that. Like, hell, when I first started, I thought I had to manually drag the ore from my inventory over to here, and then I realized that the metal doesn't actually have to be in the table. You can be in your inventory, and then you just add to the queue, and it'll pull directly from your inventory, so you don't have to worry about messing around with any of that junk. And then like pulling stuff out of these tables, you can control left click, and that's how I loot so quickly now. And then also like the weird glitchiness. of like if you wanted to do 999, if you just right click at first, it'll do 1 and then it'll do 999. So that's why I left click first and then right click, and it doesn't do that. You just get 999 right off the bat. Well, added to the queue. You know what I mean. So far, so good. Says we have a little over 17,000 left, and we're halfway through the room as I hit the escape button on accident. So, while I'm doing, and I know this is a little weird, me playing out of order in the middle of the day. I usually play this game at night to relax and stuff like that, but I'm kind of coming down off of a weird day or two here. Um, I had a interesting experience with Discount Tire today. Well, yesterday and today now. Hell, even just saying it, I feel like it made my blood boil. Uh, friggin' So this actually goes back to April when my wife's Kia got totaled. She was driving down Route 66, yes, the famous Route 66, but a very old section of it that Illinois does not maintain very well. Um, and there's a semi truck in front of her, and it tilted up a section, like a 3 foot by 3 foot section of the highway, literally tilted up and like javelin speared the bottom of her car, where the subframe meets the body, and it like bent the subframe up to the point where the wheels pulled in, fucked up the whole alignment. When you drove, the engine and transmission like wiggled side to side. It totaled the car. There's You could have saved it, but it was kind of pointless. Um, so we bought a CRV, a Honda CRV 2014, all-wheel drive. Um, and there was nothing wrong with it. It ran and drove great. Um, and then like a couple days into owning it, we noticed the passenger rear tire going low. So I drove over to Discount Tire by me, and I had an appointment. They said they fixed it after like a half hour or so, which I thought was kind of crazy. Just fast for a bunch of high school kids, you know. Um, so I take it home, and within a day or two, wife's telling me that it's low again. Uh, but I struggled to get it back to them for a while, so it wasn't until like June, when we went back, and I just kept topping it off. And we go back, and they supposedly fix it again. This time I had taken the tire off before I even went and sprayed it down with Dawn, found the leak myself, and marked it on the tire, and put it back on the car and took it back to them. And I was like, hey, this is where the leak's at, fix it. And they gave it back to me, and I assumed it was fixed, and I shouldn't have. My wife then tells me again a week later so that it's low again, uh, and it wasn't until yesterday, so we're in August, I took it back again and had an appointment. They got me right in, and again, within like 30 minutes, they gave me it back. This time I had actually took it off of the truck and brought it in separately so that I could just make it easier for them. Uh, wasn't a dick about it or nothing. I went to a different location, explained to him I had another location dick around with me twice and not fix it. Um, so this one takes it 30 minutes later. I get the call that it's done and drive all the way home with it, check it right away before even putting it on the car, and still leaking in the same exact spot. Um, you don't have to know anything about cars to know that a rim leak is a really easy leak to fix. No, it is a really easy leak to fix though. And so I go back there, hadn't even been an hour, and the guy behind the counter says, I'll take it back there and I'll fix it myself to make sure that it gets fixed. And I'm like, all right, that's fine, cool. And I was just standing there waiting. Wasn't even being a dick yet. Um, and this is where they fired me up. Dude comes out with the rim and the tires separated and starts kind of talking down to me. He's like, "So I'm not sure how much you know," and I'm like, "Well, I'll stop you right there. I'm certified mechanic, so I can almost guarantee I know more than you." Uh, and I was like, "But looking at this rim, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're already gonna want to be careful on what you say." And he kind of gave me a weird look, and he keeps going. And he's like, "So this is corrosion." He's like, "I don't know how much you know about corrosion." And I'm like, "Yeah, corrosion is what happens when there's two dislike metals. It's an alloy wheel, and alloys on their own are two dislike metals, so corrosion happens. Yeah, I get it. You're supposed to clean it off, and it's supposed to stop leaking. What's the problem?" And he's like, "Yeah, so when salt gets on these rims, the corrosion builds up." And I'm like, "Yeah, and this car hasn't seen salt since April when I first started bringing it here and had this issue. And it also hasn't seen salt in the hour that I've been gone since you said you fixed it earlier. And 10 years of corrosion and bead sealant and stuff like that doesn't just magically appear on the rim after you guys said you took it off the rim and cleaned it all up and got it all fixed up. The original wheel weights also would not still be on the wheel like they were." And he was like, "Okay," and he went in the back. I think he just realized he wasn't gonna win. Um, and during this, he kept mentioning that the tire was cupped, and I'm like, "Dude, it's not cupped. It has outer edge wear because of the tire being ran low." And that was it. Nothing really said from that. But then the manager came over and he started going on and on and on about the cupping and stuff like that. And I'm like, "Dude, it's not cupping. Like, how do you work at a tire shop and just not know the difference between outer edge wear and cupping?" And he's like, "Outer edge wear, is that just what you call it?" And I'm like, "I'm not sure if that's the technical term, but I'm pretty sure it actually is." I was like, "I'm sorry you guys don't have your little bullshit signs on the wall that you used to have to help you guys out and tell you all these terms." I was like, "I can Google it for you though, because I have a phone in my pocket." And I did. I Googled it. I actually still have the screenshots because I saved it for later use. Um, with all the little like nice pictures that say like if you have tire wear in the center, it's because of overinflation. If it's only in the outer edges, because of underinflation. If it's got these weird cup-shaped marks that go like across it and they hop, it's because of the suspension wearing out. Dog is having nightmares, I think. Burbo, hey, hey, you wake up. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Wake up. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Okay, I think I woke. Coffee in the butt. All right. But yeah, so there was that, and then so basically they tried to friggin' gaslight me after not doing what they claimed to do, and they were completely wrong the entire time. while trying to gaslight me. So I called corporate, and they just put $800 worth of brand new tires on my car. Sorry, I'm not sorry. I mean, I am kind of sorry. Mostly because I know they're gonna get fucking reamed. Blood pressure boiling. I don't know. It's just wild because these shops are right down the street from, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned this one. One of my friend's daughters had called me up around the same time actually that we had gotten the CRV and had to go get the first flat repair done and blah blah. She had went to an NTB down the street from this place, or sorry, Mavis, because they're not NTB anymore. They're Mavis. Um, and they tried telling her that she needed like inner and outer tie rods and front and rear control arms, and her car doesn't even have rear control arms. It has a solid rear axle. And they had actually put all this in writing that she needed all this, so they were trying to scam her. She didn't need any of it. None of it. Not a single thing. That told her like struts and all sorts of shit. It was like over 2 grand worth of work, and she needed zero of it. So they got a lot of issues in that area with scamming going on apparently, and I let corporate know. The even worse part is I didn't even buy the tires from them. They do free flat repairs for anybody, whether you got the tires from them or not. But that's not even the issue. The issue is that they just straight up fucking lied and then tried to gaslight me. It was definitely very entertaining to say the least. That's I don't know. I did ask them not to throw away the old tires though, and to try and at least like make sure they go on someone else's car, whether they sold them used or whatever. But I was like, I just don't like seeing stuff like that go to waste. And 3 out of the 4 tires were actually still good, like brand new. They had 8/32 left, and brand new tires are usually between like 8 and 10. So I think they had like 10,000 miles on them, if that. And the one tire from going low all the time had is like 4 on the outer edges. It definitely trashed that tire. And honestly, might have damaged the transmission, but we'll see. Definitely been a wild day. I always hear stories like that, but I had never really experienced it. At least not yet, type deal. Is it bad that I'm like tempted to go out and take the wheels off the car just to make sure that they didn't like cross thread all my lug nuts? I kind of think I might have to. Because I feel like that's the dumb shit that would happen to me is they'd put like the new guy on it and the new guy would cross thread all the lug nuts on every single wheel. And if you're watching, new guy, you know who I'm talking about. Because you friggin' did it. We actually worked with a guy. I won't use his actual name, but we called him Noodles. Noodles did it. Noodles noodled the friggin' minivan and put every single lug nut cross thread and ran them motherfuckers home with an impact gun. And then our shop manager got to deal with that. And if you don't know cars, the only way to fix that is to break every single stud and lug nut off of that car so you can get the wheels off, take all the brakes off, and punch every single broken stud out and replace them with new studs that all have to be pressed back in. The studs are only like $2 or $3, and same thing with the lug nuts, but it's the work to change them that sucks ass. And then you got new guys that can't really tell any better when you can feel them things cross-threading, and they just, how many ugga duggas? All of them? Okay. Ugga dugga 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 dugga, and they just fuck your shit up. Damn it, now I'm nervous. I bet you I'm gonna go out there every single one of them. Either that or they put like red Loctite on. Dude, that'd be wild. Go out there, find red Loctite on all of them. That would be a game that would be really risky to play with someone that actually like knows and works on their cars. Cause like you could sue the shit out of a company for playing that game. Would it be funny? Not if you're on the receiving end. No, no. It'd be fucking hilarious to do it to someone else. Alright. Oh, it felt like that fan is on. I'm actually kind of cold. Temps are actually dropping though. It's I think we had a low of 48 last night, and I think the high today is only like 71 or 70 or some shit. Welcome to Alternative Reality Weather Channel, where I just make shit up and. Oh wait, that's no different than any other weather channel now, is it? In that case, it's gonna rain today and snow sideways. It's raining sideways. I gotta wait. It's gonna lock me on terraforming. Actually, it's 30 minutes. I might as well just clip the video while I'm stuck waiting. So, if you're in the stream, hold on tight. If you're watching from YouTube land, till next time, peace. If you liked today's episode, please consider leaving a like and subscribing as it goes a long way to helping the channel to grow. Thank you.